Welcome back to Workers and Resources. This is episode 15. We finally start this construction hub, but there's a couple of things missing. Let's set it up right away. And one more thing missing is bitumen here in this storage. So let's get it there. Let's find that DO. It's here, and there's space for another truck. Let's get that truck. 5 should be enough to run this part of the Republic. Though they are 5-ton storage. Now when I think about it, it's probably not enough. I will probably expand on these trucks very soon. Anyways, let's go back to bitumen. I think about 30% should be fine. This is like extension of the storage. So that's 30 tons there, and there's like 15. Yeah, 15 tons inside storage, so it's almost 50 tons. It's enough. Here we need to start this area too. We need water, scrapping. Everything is looking fine. 50 people is too much. I think 20 will be fine. And let's jump here for a moment. We're going to expand this city a lot, and we will demolish these smaller buildings and build the bigger ones. And we're gonna have to do this in steps. So build a new building, relocate people, demolish the old one, and repeat. There's 125 people in the bigger buildings, and I think 70 in the smaller ones. So we're kind of doubling the population with each new building. Also, buses are going directly into the train construction office. Let's redirect them into the bus stop. The scrapping facility needs a distribution office, so let's use a free one before we finish building the proper one. So we need a couple of things. We need steel, mechanical components, and scrap. So this is basically a open hole, covered hole, and a dumper. So let's get those. Let's get the biggest open hole. I usually go with white. Now a covered hole, I always go yellow, they look really nice. And a dumper, usually black. Not going to sell the steel, electrical and mechanical components. That's going to be actually a waste of money. But I'm going to set this up a little bit later, so I'll explain then. For now, these little buses, I'm going to wait for them to deliver people and send them to get scrapped. These are very old, very slow buses, so I don't need them. Get scrapped, get materials. Another 3 left. Just wait for them to deliver people. Now let's replace them with the bigger ones. These are also kind of crappy, but that's the best we got. And the buses are being scrapped. Okay, now it's time to set this up. So I'm gonna select all these things, and I'm gonna not select the custom. So I'm gonna deliver the steel here and set it up to 100%. So this means they will always deliver steel here. It took me a minute to realize how this works. Yeah. And here in the warehouse, I'm going to deliver mechanical and electrical components. Again, 100%. So everything else like metal scrap and any other scrap and plastic waste will be sold to the customs house. The reason why I'm not selling steel and components is because if I sell the steel and then I import steel, I'm losing money. So instead of selling it, I'm just gonna use this steel and not lose money, if you understand what I'm talking about. Because every time you buy for bigger money than selling. It's a small difference, but it piles up after time. So one more time, if I sell the steel and then later I import steel to build the buildings, which I'm going to do very often, I'm going to lose money. But if I take the steel and then put it in my steel storage and use it right away without selling, I'll save money. Okay, let's send these buses into the area to start working. 4 buses should be enough to run the area properly. Okay, now this is the whole point of the scrapping facility. Let's scrap all of these crappy old vehicles and buy the bigger ones, proper ones. And we're gonna do this for a lot of vehicles, like insane amount of vehicles. And every time a new vehicle comes out, we are going to do this. All these open holes, everything, all this has to go. Yeah, just send everything into the scrapping facility. I have money saved, so this should not be a big issue. Alright, now we buy everything back. So I need 2 covered holes. Well, actually I went with 4. And the rest is open holes. That's about 12, 16 trucks, yeah. Here, something new? No. Alright, let's check other construction offices and send them to the scrapping facility. Okay, now buy back everything. And these open holes can carry the bulldozers, but they can't carry the excavators, which is a bummer. I'm going to have to deal with those excavators too very soon. Alright, I see 2 covered holes here. And the rest of the trucks are concrete trucks. There's a new concrete truck coming out soon. So I'm gonna wait for them to come out and then replace the old ones. These old ones are like 30 km/h and new ones are like 40 plus and a little bit more storage. So it matters, it actually matters. So these trucks are from the dedicated line. What I mean, you know, wait until unloaded line. We have to deal with them manually, one by one. I wanted to build a new building here, but the footpath is not done. I'll come back a little bit later. Now I totally remember there are trucks delivering crops for the fabric factory. I'm gonna have to replace them too. And these trucks are pretty slow and really bad storage capacity, so buying new trucks is probably gonna improve the situation here a lot. I'm not gonna buy too many of these trucks because very soon we're gonna have a train, and the train is going to deliver crops to the warehouse. Now I wasn't sure, should I send another truck here, send 2 trucks for food, and there's another one for meat, so I'm not sure if the supermarket has 3 parking spots. Anyways, this truck is also for crops. This is, I think, the 3rd or 2nd truck. Can't remember. But anyways, we are done with this. Yeah, 4th truck. Alright, let's keep moving. This truck is for the footpath, and now we can expand with the new building. I can't really align it perfectly to the other building, but it's fine, it's not a big deal. The fence is blocking the building. So once this building is done, same thing, relocate people, demolish other building, repeat. Alright, let's keep moving. There are trucks to replace here. I see about 3 covered holes, they need to go. Man, that's a lot of tracks getting scrapped. And I don't think we are halfway done. Alright, since we have a construction hub, let's start upgrading the roads and footpaths in this area. In about 1 or 2 episodes, I think this city is gonna have people. So almost all of the decorations are done, finished building in this area. The clock is done, but I see a couple of squares here, and I thought about putting a tree there would be kind of nice. Yeah, this ended up looking nice, I really like it. I was thinking about doing flower pots, but they just didn't fit in the square. But how about a big one here? And I think it fits, so I'm just gonna leave it there. There's a couple of monuments to be finished in this hotel area. Here with the Lenin. This all will be done in this episode. And last, very most important thing, we are almost at the customs house. I'm gonna spend some time in this episode to finally reach the customs house after 10,000 years. These buses are extra buses for this area. They are gonna be using my own people from the bus stop. And I'm super annoyed with this free depot. I'm gonna build a proper one here. Okay, that should be it. Now we return the trees back, or plant the trees back. Randomly, it doesn't matter, just plant back any trees, bushes, whatever. high priority and notify. Using the free road depot is just bothering me, it's annoying. Okay, now let's jump back into the new area and make some changes. I want this time for trains to supply this area 100%, so I'm gonna have to make some changes to the gravel storage and the warehouse. So in order to make those changes, I gotta demolish a couple of things first, which is kinda annoying, but yeah, that's the point of the whole game. Let's make 2 offices here and start demolishing things. I didn't plan things properly in the beginning, so I have to do it like this. So I want the trains to deliver gravel, and I want trains to deliver pretty much everything, building material and the components, so I need to hook up all the trains for this and make proper connections. Okay, so gravel storage needs to be demolished and the warehouse needs to be demolished, and let's build a concrete plant and an asphalt plant. Also there's water to be done and maybe sewage. So let's start dealing with those things. Let's do the concrete plant first. Doesn't matter where. It doesn't need to be all connected. Trucks can do this properly. I also wanted to deliver cement by train, but it's just too much, so I just used this modded one. Okay, let's keep going. I should put about... I was thinking to demolish this, but then I tried, and for some reason... Usually this never works, but I was able to pull out a rail so close to the road. That's really weird. Sometimes this game surprises me like this. Like 99% that shouldn't work. But anyways, it works, so let's abuse it, I guess. As for the open storage, now the warehouse, I made a mistake building this one. I'm just gonna demolish it and build a big one with the rail connection. Yeah, this one. So this goes away. Warehouse, bye bye. Notify. And I'll come back to this once this is demolished. I'm just checking if everything connects nicely, and yeah, it's gonna be no problem here. This is the biggest one, and we're gonna use this one. Okay, now for gravel, this is gonna be a very tricky... Gravel is always annoying. This unloading facility has very low conveyor belt connection, and it just doesn't go very well above the roads. It's gonna be a lot of trouble dealing with that. So I'm gonna place the building there to remind me, and in the meantime I'm gonna set up water. This time I thought about why not just make a little pipe, intake pipe from here, since I have the water. I don't need a well, so why not? Okay, now let's try to connect gravel storage with the unloading facility. I picked this one because that middle connection for conveyor is very high, and I was thinking it's gonna connect, but this one is just very low. I'm going to try different angles, different positions, but none of them seem to be connecting. And in the end, this combination worked. It's not the best, but it still works, so I'm gonna keep it. The reason why I'm using trains is because there's a small customs house and they are pretty much useless. Okay, this is water. This is maybe overkill. I could have imported water from the customs house, but it's okay. I'm probably gonna send this water with very long pipes into a new city, so it's not that much of a waste of materials. Okay, that's pretty much everything planned here. I just need to come back when the warehouse is demolished. Okay, so here I notice the main railway and the main highway are going to cross paths, and I don't like that. So let's try to do something about it. So unfortunately I don't have any vehicles there. I'm gonna have to wait for them to come. Until then, let's go to Planovo and relocate all the people. And I'm gonna have to not allow people to move in and just let them die slowly, and nobody else is gonna be able to move in, so they will naturally leave the buildings. And let's jump into the second city and plan things a little bit more in detail, like footpaths. So there's a reason why I made this underpass, and I'm hoping these two buildings will be able to reach this bus station with another underpass here. if they are able to reach, I will not need to send buses into that area. These two buildings can totally supply workers to this area here. And once I check the range, they can actually reach, which is really good. If I'm lucky, maybe this building here will be able to reach once I upgrade the footpaths. No, they can't reach the bus stop, which is kind of sad. Maybe if I use the footpaths with the lights, they might be able to reach. But it's okay, two buildings, it's like 400 people, so it should be enough. Okay, so some vehicles are here, we can continue what I was planning to do. So my plan is to dig a hole, maybe a couple meters, maybe like 6 meters deep, and then make the highway go under the bridge, under the railway bridge. So let's try to do this. Okay, let's check if this is deep enough. I should build the road first and then the bridge. Okay, let's try again. So 2 roads, and now let's see the bridge. Yeah, it works nicely. This is really perfect. Let's smooth out the terrain a little bit now. Okay, and now let's check. This side seems to be pretty good. Yeah, you can barely notice it's a decline. Okay, now let's check the other side. This one is a little bit more noticeable. There's a little bump there, but let's try again to smooth out things a little bit more. Alright, let's check again. It's okay, I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna keep it. It's fine. You should never raise the bridge for rail. Raising the bridge for rail is just completely out of any sense. It's just silly. Trains incline should not be more than like 2-3%. And if a train needs to climb a mountain, it needs miles and miles of slow 2-3% incline. And I have seen many times people just raise the bridge for like 3, 6, 9 meters, and it's just looks very silly. Okay, I'm giving up on that, but I saw a different path I can take. This one here. Let's try here. Okay, now let's try to connect things. It's really interesting because there's no incline there. The terrain is the same height. This really looks natural to me. So let's make a couple of guidelines or guide rails, and then once what's sticking out we can change later. For some reason this is very slow to clean. Okay, so I would like the rail to be passing through here. It's in a corner and it's not gonna bother anything. Okay, now everything's connected. Now we can take a look what's sticking out. Doesn't look nice and we can fix. Let's remove all of this and make a better connection. So this turn is now looking much better. Now I don't like this S curve here, it's super weird. Let's try to make it a little bit better. Maybe a straight one here and then connect. There's a little bit dirt on the rail, so let's try again. So this time I want to try connecting to the outside rail. And now push the dirt away a little bit. So for now I'm okay how this all looks like. Let's connect everything back to the main rail here. So the point of the rail, that big circle I did, this rail needs to go into the coal area on the north side. That's gonna be a little bit tricky, the terrain is pretty nasty there. And that was a little bit too long. Okay, that's better. So the warehouse is demolished. Let's put back the bigger one. Okay, and now let's connect the rail back. Damn it, I accidentally cancelled everything. I'm too lazy to measure again, so just click randomly. This looks more than enough room for the trains to turn back. Okay, so this whole area is properly planned. Nothing I can do more here. I can move on and come back once everything is finished. Just notify once it's done. Okay, let's see what got finished. This is the DO for the scrapping facility. Let's just copy this and send the trucks in there. I need to save these free distribution offices. I'm gonna need them. Some smaller decoration is done. This is nothing important. Alright, another building got demolished. Let's continue. It seems that the big tree is blocking the building. Yeah, this one. Bye-bye. Alright, let's put it back. I'm just checking which side the building should face, but I guess it kind of doesn't matter really. Now put the tree back. I believe it's number 3, I always forget. Notify high priority, notify high priority, and let's move out rest of the people. So this guy is here. Oops, no space. So we're gonna have to wait for this building to get finished, and then we can move out people. This is over, we don't need it. Small things, doesn't matter. Couple more things here and everything is done. Research finished, that's steel, and I think I'm gonna go for a vehicles path right now. And right now I want to focus on getting that rail built to the customs house, so I'm gonna go micromanage things a little bit. Okay, let's pause for a moment, deal with some minor things like decoration and maybe some buildings, and then go back to the rail again. Dealing with the rail for like a longer period of time, it's probably annoying, boring to watch actually, so I'm gonna do things in like this kind of way. Take a break from rail, deal with something else, go back to the rail. So the tourist area is really starting to shape really nicely. I really like how everything is looking. Alright, now let's go back to the rail. Oh my god, that's literally like 1 millimeter. Ah, let's go back again. Wow, finally I reached the customs house. So it's 1932 June. The time is slowed down by 4, so it should be 1938. So it almost took me 9 years to reach the customs house with these small track builders. That's crazy. I can't wait to just sell them all and buy proper ones. And I'm gonna do that right now. So I have space here. Actually, no. I'm not even gonna scrap these things, just sell them. I'm gonna pay money to sell them. There it is. Finally, it's here. 10 years later, I get this thing. Unfortunately, these guys are like 18. I don't even know what to call. 18 speed, 18 working speed. There's a better one at the NATO customs house. It's 22. So I'm gonna focus now getting the rail next to the NATO customs house. I'm gonna replace all these guys with the NATO ones. But that's gonna take maybe a couple of years. So for now, I'm gonna buy just a lot of these Weimar Dampfkrans. So there's one vehicle here not coming out, and I have no idea what this is. AMO15, what is this thing? It doesn't want to go out in the road depot, not a train depot. So I'm gonna search for the vehicle. Yeah, this is this one. This is actually a forklift. I bought 2, but I delivered only 1. Yeah, now I remember. Let's get it into the forklift garage. So my next goal for the rail is to connect the big circle properly and connect to the rail DO and the depot, and then I can finally activate trains. That's gonna be for the next episode. Alright, let's take a look what we finished in this episode and call it goodbyes. Lenin is finished and he's finally looking over Planovo with his poster right next to him. I think this is really a nice tourist area. I'm really happy how this turned out. Also, we bought a lot of new track builders. There's gonna be 8 of those in 2 construction offices. We built some footpaths in the second city, supermarket and meat storage. Scrapped insane amount of vehicles. Also in next episode we're gonna scrap probably even more, and we bought a lot of new vehicles too. Tourist area is finally done and everything's completed. The bridge is done, actually planned, and some work was done in this area. So thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next one. Bye bye.